Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. So we decided that our first episode is going to be something that we're going through right now, which is 2 under 2. And a lot of you may be going through this right now or thinking about it, so tune in. Let's get into it.
I think the best way to start, and the most appropriate way, is to talk a little bit about your pregnancy with Chase. He was 1 year and 2 months when Carly got pregnant with her second baby. So how was your experience mentally, physically, so just overall?
Pregnant with a toddler. Yeah, so it was easy in the beginning. Chase was so little, and then as time went on, he became more active, and I couldn't keep up as much. So I did a lot of walking when I was pregnant with Chase. We would be going on walks all the time, and then I would say the last few months settled in where he became super active. He was running, jumping everywhere. And it was a little bit hard for me to keep up with him in terms of even sitting down and playing with him. Just my stamina wasn't the same. So, and then emotionally, it was getting down to the wire to really, it really set in, I would say the last couple of weeks, that he's not going to be my only baby. And it was a little emotional, but also super exciting. So yeah, I think that's the best way to sum it up.
Yeah, I think with Chase, with your first pregnancy, obviously you were tired and you're exhausted. But I do feel like with the second one, because of having Chase, I feel like the last month you were just like,
oh my God, I was not it.
Yeah, you were just like, I'm ready.
Yeah.
And
I knew it. I knew what to expect, and I was just like, okay, let's just get the show on the road. Plus, he was playing with us the last, I would say, week or so. He was giving me false contractions, which was such a mind game. I was literally having contractions for, I think, 7 or 8 days. And it got to a point where I wouldn't even say anything when I was having contractions because I would tell Carlos, and he'd be like, okay, is
we
this
thought it was
it?
going to happen every
He
day
gets so
for the past
excited.
8. Yeah. Okay.
And he ended up coming on his due date, which was pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So what would you say? Is it easier to have 2 toddlers now or being pregnant with a toddler?
Oh my God. Definitely having a toddler and baby is easier than being pregnant with a toddler. 100%.
So it gets easier.
Yes.
That's great. What about things we did to get ready? Because Chase was still kind of sleep training. Not really, but we wanted to make sure that his sleep didn't get disrupted. Yeah. We also had to change strollers. So
yeah,
I'll leave that conversation to you because you're the one that used to tell me, oh, I tried this stroller. So what were you looking for with strollers and other things that we did?
Yeah, things that we had to upgrade or change. Well, we knew we wanted a double stroller. We knew we wanted a side-by-side stroller. We ended up going with, we have everything Nuna. So we're just a Nuna family, and we ended up getting the Nuna Travel Double, which is fantastic. We really, really like it.
It's very easy to fold, very easy to take with you everywhere.
Yeah, it's great. We actually kept our Nuna car seat, infant car seat for the baby. But we had to get a crib, and then a changing table that was new. And then everything else, we were lucky that we ended up having 2 boys, so a lot of the clothes were hand-me-downs. We still have a lot of toys that we just sterilized and reused. We do have some new stuff, such as a play gym and stuff like that, but everything, I would say, was a pretty easy transition.
Yeah, I think the most important thing that we did change the doors of the bedrooms. We made sure to get solid doors, just to make sure that if the baby cried, it wouldn't disrupt Chase's sleep. Because I don't know what we would do to waking up in the middle of the night. That would have been... So far, so good. I think Chase heard him the first night.
And he just gets concerned. He'll say, baby. Yeah. We'll hear him on the camera, baby. But he doesn't. He, thankfully, is very well sleep trained, and so he puts himself right back to sleep.
Yeah, I think that was huge, changing the doors. I mean, we don't know if it would have made a difference or not.
And the sleep machine,
but it definitely,
sound machines.
Sound machines, yeah.
We got 2 of those.
Right. Like within 2 months, I would say, of Callum being born, we started to introduce Chase to the idea of a baby because he was a baby. So it's a different concept that he has to understand that this baby was gonna cry. This baby doesn't walk.
Right.
So what were some of the things that we started doing to introduce him?
Yeah, I mean, it sounds silly, but I got a baby doll. We're always very gentle with the baby. We never, oh my gosh, we really didn't want him to like hit the baby and Chase is not like that at all. So, but you just hear about all these stories. So we just wanted to make sure that he was always gentle and nice and quiet and calm. So we ended up doing that with the baby doll. Talking to a toddler doesn't do much, so it's really all about the action. And so that's a lot of what we did.
We started, I started kissing your belly.
Yeah.
And saying baby.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then, so he kind of understood, and as your belly grew, he kind of knew
Yeah, he started kissing my belly, and he just, again, was just always very gentle. Even though the baby was inside, we always taught him like soft hands, be gentle, quiet, nice, all that stuff.
Rub the belly gently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now, oh my God, all he does is like kiss the baby.
Yeah.
So cute.
From the
He's
moment
so
he wakes
nice.
up, the first thing he says is baby.
Yeah.
And he just wants to see the baby.
Yeah.
We say baby's sleeping.
Yeah.
We show him, and then he just goes off and starts playing. So.
And he gives him very like gentle kiss. So I think it worked.
Yeah, I think it worked. Yeah. So we introduced Chase to the baby.
Yeah. Well, we had an idea of how we wanted to do it, and
Right.
it ended up different.
So a lot of people, when they like bringing the baby, well, your firstborn, to the hospital to meet your second one. We didn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
Because it was during the winter. Just, people get flu, colds, and we just didn't want to bring our son to that environment. So we decided to do it at home, which was kind of better because we actually bought him a gift. And then when we got home, we gave him the gift and we said, hey, Chase, baby got you something. So we went to the car, we got the gift, we gave it to Chase. He was all excited, and then we introduced the baby, which I think it went great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it went really well. We caught it all on video, which is something that we have forever. So, I actually went in first because I missed him so much. It was so weird being away from him for 24 hours was not, I wasn't mentally prepared for that. So I went in first, and then Carlos brought the bear in, and then we all, went in, and it was such a sweet moment. I'll never forget that. That's forever embedded in my brain, recorded or not. It was an amazing moment.
Yeah. So now we have a toddler and a newborn. How were the first couple of days?
Well, the first couple of days, I think for me, I felt a lot more confident and comfortable. Being that thankfully I had an easy delivery, I am breastfeeding, and so I think that I already knew that's kind of what I wanted to do, and thankfully I'm very grateful that that's happening to me right now. So I was kind of mentally prepared for all of that and kind of how to incorporate that in the daily schedule, which we'll get into. But it was just bliss, honestly. I really wanted to enjoy it. I think the first round, I was high anxiety, hormones all over the place, a lot going on.
Like most new parents.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I was too.
Yeah, we were a ball of nerves.
Yeah. I remember we used to do 2-hour rotations.
Yeah.
To just,
I don't even remember.
Yeah, just to make sure that the baby, was breathing and the baby was sleeping and did the baby poop. So definitely with the second one, personally, I would say it's much easier.
Yeah.
Much, much easier. I know a lot of people say, oh, get ready for no sleep or get ready, it's going to be crazy. I'm not going to say
it is.
I'm not going to say it's not.
It's true.
But it's fun crazy. And it's also a lot easier. You know that if a baby cries, it could be two things. Either they're hungry or you're going to change the diaper.
Yeah, or they're tired.
Or they're tired, or they're cold. I guess there could be more than two. But you know what I mean. It's just very...
It's a few things.
Yeah, it's a few things that kind of narrow down quick.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, with our first one, you don't know. You don't know what they're crying. You don't know when it's time to sleep.
Or you're unsure. You don't trust yourself yet. I think that's a really big piece to
Right.
it.
So I do think that having two, it's a lot easier than what people make it sound.
Yeah.
Um,
It's not easier if you trust yourself and you trust your instincts and you trust your partner and you are able to kind of balance things. But it is what my friend has told me before, beautiful chaos. Whether you're going out for dinner, whether you're just getting out the door, whether you're getting ready for bedtime or you're waking up in the morning, it's chaos, but it's a beautiful chaos. And I think anyone who's able to go through this, I think our best advice is to just embrace it. They're only
when
little
it comes,
for so long.
I think when it comes to going out to eat, we still do it. Definitely not as much as we did it with Chase. Just because two it's a lot, and Chase is also at an age where he's just
He doesn't sit.
Yeah, he doesn't sit, and it's not even so much about the baby. It's just Chase is going through the stage of being a crazy
toddler.
man.
Yeah, he's a toddler.
So we don't do that as much. That does change a little bit. But
It's funny because we're high stress when it's happening, and then after we laugh about it, we're like, why do we even try?
Yeah, why do we even bother going out? Let's just order food and call it a day.
Yeah.
But on your day-to-day, so I work, when I'm on days, I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning, so I don't even get to see the kids when they wake up.
Yeah.
So I miss that every other week. So on a day-to-day, how would you break it down?
It changes, but yeah.
Who wakes up first? How do you handle being here by yourself? If the baby cries?
Okay. So it changes every day, and not every day is perfect, and I can plan my day, and it can go completely sideways. So theoretically, what I would like is to feed the baby before Chase wakes up. And be able to go in and have that morning with Chase. I think the first couple minutes when they wake up is the most important. So I really try to not have that overlap. If it does, it does. If it's not, if it doesn't, great. So we'll wake up. Chase will run into the living room, and he is immediate energy, that kid. I mean, he wakes up ready to take on the day. So a couple hours, an hour or two go by. I would say an hour goes by. I give Chase his breakfast, and then I'll feed the baby afterwards. And then we kind of play the rest of the day. I feed the baby every 2 hours right now. When I'm not feeding the baby, he is down or in the play on the play gym or in the bouncer, and that way I do have my one-on-one time. So for those parents who are worried about still having that time with your toddler with the baby, it is possible. If you have the energy, number one.
I think
and
you gotta
number
also
two,
time it.
You time it correctly. I think ever since we put Callum on a sleep/eating schedule, which right now, again, is every 2 hours, I know, let's say it starts at 8 o'clock, it's an even day, right? So 8, 10, 12, 2, I kind of have in my mind already, okay, it's 2 o'clock. Oh, do I have to feed him or is he tired or anything like that? So I think it's mentally, and then also we use an app. I track everything. I think that's a major thing, especially if Carlos comes home and he just wants to know what went on that day. He can just look at the app, and I really try hard to log everything.
What app?
Right now we're using Tally, which is great because it has a physical piece to it. So not only is it an app, but there's a box, and each button is like number 1 is pee, poo, eat, sleep, a couple other things and miscellaneous, and you click the button and it links right up to the phone. So I don't feel like I'm on my phone 24/7, which I'm sure a lot of parents feel that way too when you're starting to log everything. I didn't want that. I didn't want my phone to be out all the time. So I just click the box, put it away where Chase can't play with it.
I remember that used to drive me crazy with Chase when we used to use the app, and we used a different app that you had to have your phone on you all the time.
Yeah.
So, it was 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm feeding him, and all of a sudden I'm like, wait, did I feed him at 2, 2:15? Is it going to make a difference, 15 minutes? oh, let's just put 145. So it was just completely. Meanwhile, this is physical. You don't need your phone by you. You just click the button and it starts timing it. Click it again, it stops, and then you can go on.
It's called Tally Baby.
Tally Baby.
So that's been really helpful. The other thing is when you are home, Carlos is the most hands-on father I could ask for. It's like he kind of hits the ground running. The door opens, he's home, and he's like immediate dad mode. So why don't you tell us about?
Yeah, so I think that the best thing, take charge of Chase, of our oldest one. So 7 o'clock, 6:30, 7 o'clock, he wakes up. So when I'm on nights, I'm here, I'm home. So I wake up with him. We go downstairs, we play for like 30 minutes. I let Carly sleep in a little bit because sometimes when she feeds the baby at 5, the baby goes back to sleep and, you know, he doesn't wake up until 7:30, 8 o'clock. So Carly sleeps in a little bit, kind of give her back, you know, for the week before. And yeah, so then after Carly wakes up, it's kind of just back to the routine.
Yeah.
We try to eat breakfast together. Chase probably ate by then.
Yeah.
I try to not wait that long. I try to do like 7:30 breakfast. And then, you know, we just relax. We just start our day off.
We're definitely synced up in terms of like how we want the day to go, the schedule to go.
But I do think that it's important for me to take care of the older one. And I feel like I've talked to a lot of dads and they say that that's just kind of how it goes. You kind of take care of the older one.
The thing is when Callum is up, if I breastfeed, I'll give the baby to Carlos to burp him and change his diaper and stuff like that so that he does feel involved. But yeah, the beginning stages of having a newborn, it's just they eat, sleep, and when they're eating, if you are breastfeeding, they're on you, and then they're immediate to sleep. So
that's kind of with everything that you do, though. Through the whole day, it's always divide and conquer, right? So like, you know, the baby has to sleep, so Carly will go put him down, and I'll stay here play with Chase, or if Chase is eating lunch, and you know the baby has to go take a nap, Carly will go. So, but yeah, for the most part, I handle Chase, and Carly handles the baby.
Yeah. All right, when you're on days, Carlos gives him a bath. I have a little bit of a break too. Mind you, there's about 6 to 8 hours a day that I'm alone with them. And so it could definitely be a lot, but I think that's just once you create a routine and stick to it, which I know toddlers and babies thrive on routine. You do the same thing every day. There's something neurologically, psychologically that just, it works for them and it makes them feel content and comfortable. And so we really have a routine, that's for sure.
Yeah, and I think it's very important too that we were able to sleep train Chase. So he goes, takes a nap at the same time, 12 o'clock. And even if he doesn't sleep, even if he skips his nap sometimes, we used to kind of panic about it because we're like, oh my God, he's super tired, he's gonna be cranky, what do we do? Do we let him sleep later, earlier? But
now he just goes to bed a little earlier and it's fine.
I think you know, during the chaos, you're just like, it is what it is. Like his bedtime's 7 o'clock, like he didn't nap, let's put him at 6:15. So what does that mean? Dinner gets pushed half an hour early, and that's pretty much it. And most of the time, he just goes right out.
Yeah, he's good.
So it helps a lot that he's sleep trained.
Oh yeah, that's for sure. And he likes his sleep. I think that's my genes.
Yeah.
We like our sleep. The other thing is, you know, Callum is too young to sleep train right now, but I do try a little bit if I can get them to nap at the same time. That way I don't go crazy.
Yeah, you also have some time for yourself.
Yeah, I think that's really important too, is finding time for yourself. If you can't find it now, it will come. I literally type in 5-minute workouts, and if it's 5 minutes, it's something. To me, working out and taking care of myself, postpartum, anything in between, I need movement. And especially having a baby in the winter. We could talk about that. That's been interesting, I have to say. Chase was March, and so we went right into summer. But to be honest with you, I don't think that we enjoyed summer that much because one, we're so anxious, but two, it was really hot and we were nervous about everything.
Yeah, so I would say that we didn't enjoy it in the sense of we didn't go away on vacation. We didn't really go down to the beach a lot because, you know, you're afraid of the sun and the baby. You don't want to give him sun poisoning or
whatever, yeah.
he doesn't get
Or
burnt.
it's too hot. You don't want to overheat them and
Right.
all the things.
But on the other side, we used to go for a lot of walks.
Oh, yeah.
So that's something I do miss, and I think it's very...
Fresh air is important.
Fresh air is important. You know, that vitamin D is important. So I feel like Callum during the winter, obviously we can't take him out as much because it's freezing cold.
It's been a cold winter,
We live in Jersey, so
yeah.
it's been quite cold. So, well, it was actually nice for your pregnancy too, though.
Yeah.
Because with Chase, Carly was pregnant all winter.
Oh, yeah.
So it was nice
was
because, because, you know, you were always home and we didn't have to go out.
And I had all the holidays to pick out and do what I want to do, right?
Yeah.
That was fun.
And with Callum, you were pregnant during the summer.
Yeah.
That wasn't fun.
I was like pregnant, but I wasn't super pregnant. So I was still super active and outside and doing all the things. But then I would say like August came and one, it was just hot, and two, I was just, that's when I started not feeling great, I would say. Yeah. But having a baby in the winter, I think, I would say having a baby and a toddler is that all of my mom friends who also have toddlers are all feeling the same way. Like, we're a little stir crazy. We're planning play dates every chance we get. We're planning to meet at other play places. And I think it's nice to be in the same boat as other moms as we're going through this really cold winter. And also for the baby, I think we're just getting extra bonding time. I think that, you know, when Chase is able to nap and he's down, like we really do get that one-on-one time with Callum. Where if we're like out and about and at a pool or at the beach, I don't know that it would be the same because we would have all eyes on Chase because he's got a lot of energy, that one. But I do think that having other mom friends who are also have kids in the winter, not much else to do besides have play dates, has been a lifesaver mentally.
So you would say try to have a winter baby?
Yeah, I think it's going pretty well.
Interesting. I thought it was the complete opposite.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
Because in the newborn phase, first of all, you're worried about everyone and everything, you know, in terms of sickness and just being around other people and all the things. And so I think having winter baby, you're in your own bubble anyway. And you don't have to tell people, no, don't come over, don't touch them, don't kiss them. You can just say, I'm home right now and we're busy. Bonding. I think overall the transition, just overall, I think we just feel a lot more confident. I think we are a lot more educated. I think us as parents just feel a lot of trust within each other. Carlos is extremely hands-on dad, and I couldn't ask for a better partner. And Chase is obsessed with him right now, and I'm a little jealous about it. But I love that they're forming their own connection, and I'm excited to see my family grow. And just being a boy mom has been really amazing so far.
Yeah, so I think the moral of the story is don't listen to people. Just do it. Have kids.
Yeah.
Have three under 3.
Have 4 under 4.
Yeah, it's not as bad.
Yeah.
And it just gets easier and easier because you just know.
Yeah.
You just know what to do. And
We're here to give you like the positive experiences, or our experience has been positive, but to give you like the positive stuff, because I feel like everyone is like, oh, you're never going to sleep again. And they give you, you know, people just say things that are just kind of unwanted sometimes. And I think, moral of the story is like, if that's what you want, then do it. You don't need anyone else's permission, but we're here to tell you that we live to tell the tale. It's not so bad. We're living to tell the tale. It's not so bad, and I think it's just all about communication and trusting your partner and trusting yourselves, and your instincts and all those things are really come into play. And I think we couldn't ask for 2 cuter kids.
Yeah.
They're adorable. But I think it's all about what you put into it.
I agree. Like I said, I would do it again and again.
Not so fast.